Pardon me, pardon me, pardon me, pardon me, pardon me, pardon these tears, I'm hurting, yeah, I feel I've lost my mind. Pardon my hands, they're shaking, 'cause it seems you couldn't hold them right. And I've been feeling lately, everything is changing. Been searching for a reason, you think I'm complaining. So go on, call me crazy, but I know you feel the distance too. Pardon me.
FinallyTV, hello and welcome. Remember, don't just dream, inspire, don't just imagine, create, and just don't believe, achieve. It is Gabriel. I am ready to bring you another episode of Voice of the Valley. I have a special guest here today. Please introduce yourself.
Hey guys, it's Rachael Hendricks here, singer-songwriter.
Woo! Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. I had to. You got to get the local talent around here on the show, representing, saying good things, and getting your name out there. That's what FinallyTV is all about. So let's get into it. Voice of the Valley. Where have you been? Where were you born? How'd you come to the Hudson Valley?
I'm actually from Ohio.
Oh, okay.
I moved to New York about 4 or 5 years ago to do music. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm
Gotcha.
not from around here. When I first moved here, I had to look up a lot of words in the dictionary, the Urban Dictionary and stuff.
So you live in Pleasant Valley.
I actually just moved to Poughkeepsie. So
Oh,
I was in
okay.
Pleasant Valley. Now I'm in Poughkeepsie near my studio.
Gotcha. Okay. So I asked this to another interviewee. How did you pronounce Poughkeepsie when you first saw it?
I actually lived somewhere else, so I learned,
Oh,
before I
okay.
even attempted it, but I wouldn't have pronounced it right, I'll tell you that.
right. It's an ongoing joke around here in
Yeah.
Poughkeepsie, but
I wouldn't have pronounced it right, but I learned of it,
yeah,
some other
beforehand.
places,
Gotcha. So tell us why you're here today.
I'm here to share my passion for music and just kind of use this outlet to let others know what I've got going on and hopefully, let people know a little bit more about me.
Got you. And with that comes the passion for songwriting and singing.
Absolutely, yes.
Right.
I love it. It's
Gotcha.
my everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I say that a lot too. That's my everything. I look at my puppy, I'm like, she's everything.
Yeah, I'm kind of a weirdo about it. I don't like go out or watch movies, or people ask, what do you like to do for fun? And I'm like, music. They're like, yeah, but that's like work. I'm like, yeah, but I still love it. That's what I like to do.
It's not work if you love what you're doing.
Exactly.
That's just a fact of things. So, when would you say you realized what your passion was?
So not to like put a downer on things, but my mother passed away almost 5 years ago. So I decided, not to be like, cheesy or whatever, but life is short.
Sure.
And I had always loved music.
Mhm.
And I decided to, I never really traveled or anything, but I literally found an apartment, packed up my stuff, me and my little dog,
Mhm.
and I drove to New York, and I'm like, I'm going to make this happen. So here I am, 5
Good
years
for
later
you.
doing it. Yeah.
Good for
Yeah.
you. I like it.
So I've always loved music, but taking it seriously and like pursuing it as like my dream, like I'm going to make this happen,
Mhm.
about 5 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes that's really what it takes, is just the commitment to yourself. Like, I can
Right.
do this and I will do this.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's amazing what you can get done. And I said this numerous times on Voice of the Valley, what you can get done when you just put your mind to it and just commit to it
Yeah.
and just go forward.
And even
you know?
today, like thinking about it, I still feel like, what the hell was I thinking? Like,
Yeah.
you're freaking crazy, Rachel. But at the same time, like, I'm so glad that I did that,
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did too.
Yeah. I love it. I
Yeah.
love my life. I love what I'm doing, like, every day.
Yeah.
And, it's great.
It's
great.
a quick time out. Remember, any music you might be hearing right now is this young lady's music. So that'll be a thing happening throughout the interview. So all that music is hers. We'll put up all the good stuff all over on the screen about where to find you and all that good stuff, and we'll get into it. But so you've been pursuing this for the last 4 or 5 years, all right?
Yeah.
Been going hard at it, right?
Yeah.
You told me a story about how when you got here, you were thinking go to the studio, but then you said I'm just gonna own a studio.
Yeah.
So
it
that
didn't
happened
work.
quick.
Yeah, it was quick. Well, it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
So what happened really was I was recording.
Mhm.
I was spending a lot of money at the studio, and I still was a little bit studio shy because I wasn't used to it.
Mhm.
So I would re-record tracks and re-record tracks,
Mhm.
and
Costing money.
Yeah, and it got to the point where I'm like, well, let me try to work on some things at home because it's also hard to get studio time. You
It
know,
is.
there's a lot of artists in the area, so the studio I was going to was booked up a lot.
Mhm.
So I got a computer, I got your basic equipment, started recording myself.
Mhm.
Then my neighbors were like, hey, you can't be loud at all hours of the night. So I'm like, all right, I need to find a place,
Gotcha.
which turned into, hey, I should just open a studio, and I got involved with a partner, and now we're 3 years into a recording studio.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
good for you.
Drumline Recording Studios.
Drumline. I'm sure there's something on the screen.
Yeah, you guys gotta check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I think I know somebody who's been there before. A DJ, Kurt Crazy.
Yeah.
So big up Kurt Crazy.
Yeah.
Good buddy of mine, worked with him a lot. So having made the studio, the easy assumption is that you created some music and some albums or an EP or something. What happened?
So I do a lot of songwriting, and when I was first recording, I had a manager kind of guiding my music career,
Mhm.
and that went pretty well, but I was at a point where I wasn't sure what type of artist I wanted to be. I grew up on country music.
Mm-hmm.
I also love R&B. I love top 40. I love, hip hop. So I was kind of confused, I guess, at the time when I first started creating, because I'm like, I want to put a project out,
Well, you're
but what
finding
am I going
yourself.
to do?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I have a huge catalog of songs, but I did recently put out an EP. And
Okay.
it's called Everything, available on all streaming platforms.
There you go. There you go.
iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal, all that stuff. So
Gotcha. So everything.
it's called Everything, yeah.
How many tracks?
6.
6 tracks
Yeah.
on an EP.
Yeah,
Nice.
I wrote all of them. I actually produced my first song, and it's on that. It's
Oh
called Almost,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll
Okay.
hear it here. Hopefully.
Yeah. No. We'll definitely hear it here.
Yeah, you're the worst, you're the worst, you're the worst, you know. So it hurts, so it hurts, so it hurts. You do me dirty, it don't matter how bad you hurt me. Baby, I can get enough for you. You do the most, you do the most, and I can't let go. You do the most. You do the most. You do the most. And I can't let go. You do the most. I'm all dolled up, head to feet. Baby, take a look at me. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
So you come to New York from Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
You got your dog in hand.
Yeah.
You get your place.
Yeah.
You start recording. You realize you're loving music.
Mhm.
It's becoming a passion. You create the EP.
Mhm.
So, have you done shows? Are you getting accolades out here? Are people recognizing the genius that is you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of shows. So I
Okay.
have 2 shows on Saturday, actually.
Oh wow!
So,
Where? Tell the people where.
New Paltz, Shotzi's, and then some other spot. There's actually like a beer festival going on, so
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure. It's going to be outdoors. So
Gotcha. Those can be fun.
Yeah, it's
You know, a
gonna
bunch
be
of
really
drunk
fun.
people that love
I don't
your
know if we're
stuff.
allowed to drink, but we'll see when I get there. But yeah, I'm doing shows and performing my songs. I write all my own material.
Yeah.
All my tracks I work with producers in my studio, so everything is original. And then with the songwriting, I actually last October I entered a iStandard songwriting contest
Okay.
called I Write.
Yeah.
I have another one coming up too, but I actually for New York City I won first place.
Take back all your broken promises. Where you crossed your heart and swore to God. Take back all your precious memories.
Flawless. I've never heard your delivery, the mix, and the concept be that cohesive from you yet. So I think that number 1 track was fire. Number 3 was dope too. And number 2 I loved, but I think less is more lyrically.
The beats are crazy. Just all I can say is just find that one. Like, the lyrics were amazing. It's just there's really nothing bad to say. Just keep on going until just one sticks, basically. It's like amazing. I loved it.
We're putting out Rachael Platten's next album, and like that song was right up there with all the songs that I've heard from it so far. Like, production wise, songwriting wise, like that was excellent. That's exactly what our A&Rs are looking for like a female pop artist.
Oh wow!
So I got to go to Atlanta.
Ohio girl
Nationals.
wins
Yeah.
NYC at what?
Yeah, so I mean, it's you always are. I feel like I'm always gonna do music no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You know, negative feedback, positive feedback. Like, I'm always just gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always great when you get recognized, or someone pats you on the back, or they
Right.
says, you're doing a great job. So that was
Right.
really like, oh wow, like I am doing good.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a really great moment.
Yeah.
And it was great.
I can only imagine. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you,
I mean, I
yeah.
think that's due. You
Yeah.
know.
So I got a meeting with Sony Music, so that was
Out of
awesome.
that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got a couple creative sessions and like a mentoring session with Jay Hatch, the owner of iStandard.
Okay.
And then I got to go do a couple meetings with The Practice Worldwide, which is like a publishing company. They
Okay.
did a lot of stuff for like Alvin and the Chipmunks and TV and film.
Okay.
They just got the new placement with the MTV TRL.
Oh, okay.
What else? Pitch Perfect. Like, they do a lot of stuff. So I got to meet them. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I got to have a meeting with Sony Music and play them my tracks. They told me new artists that are on their roster looking for stuff. So just networking and
Gotcha.
putting my name out there.
Yeah. No, being that you write a lot, there's money in just writing
Yeah.
songs and handing them over.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things you asked me. I actually, like, people are like, oh, well, do you make money from your music? Well, I mean, I have my studio.
Mhm.
I do get paying shows occasionally. And then I also, write for artists in the area, local artists, or I do hooks for hip-hop artists, and
Okay.
I get paid that way as well. So
Okay. So you're
you
doing
can
it.
make money from music.
No, you
know?
definitely can.
This
You-
local girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
Stay tuned for the Voice of the Valley showcases out there, everybody. But anyway, let's continue on. I'm sure you'll be a participant in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you answered the question on how this is all materializing and how far you're getting. And I just want to take the moment while you're here, breathing and in front of my face, to say, congratulations. It's admirable,
Thank
for
you.
somebody to pick themselves up and say, hey, I want to do something, and actually do it.
Yeah.
There are tons of artists out there. I won't name their names that, claim that they want to do things and claim they, trying to get out there, but they're not sitting here, and they've had every
Yeah.
opportunity, So big up to you for, doing your thing and staying with it, and, giving us little guys even a chance to interview you.
Well,
and
thank you for having me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm loving having you. We talked a little bit about inspirations for all this stuff, and really like what inspired you to write and sing. We kind of touched on it about your mom,
Yeah.
Aside from that, is there something that's inspiring you? What's the inspiration for all this?
I feel very free when I'm writing.
Mhm.
I can play a beat, play music, and it's really like to take, to bring something out of nothing to just poof, here's the song.
Yeah.
It's an incredible feeling.
Yeah.
But it's also like, you have that creative control. So I could write a song about love. I can write a song about women empowerment. I can write a song about bullying. I can write a song about, F this, F that. I don't like you. So I like being creative in that way. It's
Yeah.
like, I also, like I said, I was struggling at times to kind of find what kind of music I wanted to put out for
Sure.
myself.
Sure.
Aside from the songwriting. With songwriting, I can really be like any character I want.
Sure. Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah. No, it's a way. I mean, you hear it all the time, but it's a way to escape.
Yeah. Exactly.
And put on a different mask and just
Mhm.
kind of look at it through those eyes. And, it's an actual talent, too, to be able to write from different perspectives.
Mhm.
There's a talent in that. I can speak from experience. We talk a lot about music, and I'm sure a lot of your days are filled up talking about music, and so let's get off music a little bit.
Okay.
What's a favorite activity other than singing and songwriting and being in your studio?
I like to online shop.
Okay.
Shout out to Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. We have that too.
I mean, I I do watch some television. Like, there's some shows I really enjoy, like The Office.
Mhm.
I'll watch that rerun all the time. I like Law and Order. I do like to read. I just got like a Kindle account and everything.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's still like I feel bad, but it really is music.
Yeah.
Like when I get home, I'm picking up a guitar, or I contact my friend Mael and
Sure.
be like,
Shout
"Hey,
out Mael.
teach me a song on piano." I'm trying to get better, but I really, and then even when I'm at home, I'm going online and I'm looking at new music, finding new artists.
Gotcha.
I'm really like consumed by it, but in a good way. Like,
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It's okay to be obsessed as long as you know you're obsessed.
Yeah,
You
yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm working. Like, I enjoy listening to music too. So
Yeah.
when I get home and I want to chill,
Yeah.
I just, go on my YouTube, look at some new videos and stuff.
Gotcha. You've watching FinallyTV, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Every night before I go to bed.
Shameless plugs. So what's a favorite food? What's if you get
pizza. Which I have a
Pizza.
funny story about New York pizza.
okay?
I'm just saying, and maybe I'm oblivious because, I'm very uncultured in food in general.
Okay.
Like, the first time I had shrimp was probably in, like, 2014.
Oh man, how did you live that long?
I didn't have Chinese food till, like, 2014. This is all, like, I moved to New York. Like, I wasn't Amish, but I was Amish, okay?
Wow.
And the pizza. So the pizza here, I think it's so... And this probably sounds so blonde and so stupid, but where I'm from, where I grew up, you can't buy pizza by the slice. It doesn't exist,
Oh.
okay? It doesn't happen. That's not an option.
They wouldn't
So-
make it in New York.
Right, right. So here, I just think it's so awesome. I can just walk down the corner and get one slice with my
Yeah.
$2.
You used to be able to get Lucy's. You used to be able to buy one
You
cigarette.
can. You can. I was in Kingston the other night, and
And you
someone was
still
like, "Can I
did?
get 4 Lucy's?" I don't smoke, but
Yeah, yeah.
just like that's one of the things I had to look up. I'm like, "What the hell is that?"
A Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have words over here. Like
Get
it's-
up.
It's
What
probably,
the hell is that?
probably one of the only places I could tell Mael, yo, Mael, it's brick outside. He
I
knows
know.
exactly what I'm talking
And
about.
I'm like in my phone, like looking it up. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There was a couple things I was like, "What does this person mean?" They're texting me. What are they saying?
Yeah.
But I'm starting to learn the lingo. I'm fitting in a little bit.
Like, this is an actual sentence in New York. I was so heated, but it was brick outside, so I went on.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You know?
I need an interpreter,
Yeah,
but
that's an actual phrase. Like, he can interpret that. All right, cool. So, do you have a favorite place?
place for food
No.
or just in general?
No, just life.
Um,
Like, have you traveled abroad and
no, that's what I'm saying.
So you're just-
it's crazy.
you're
for
just
me to
Ohio or
pack
New
up
York.
and just Dad, I'm moving to New York. When? Oh, today.
Look
You
at
know what I'm saying?
So your favorite place is New York or Ohio?
I feel like I love New York because of the people, like the hustle, the drive, like that inspires me to work more,
Sure.
like work harder.
Sure.
And but home is home. I always love going home.
Yeah.
I hate the 8-hour drive, but I love going home.
I was recently in Canton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's close to me.
Yeah.
Kind of
went to the Hall of Fame.
nice.
The wife
I've never
brought
been
me
there.
my birthday.
Awesome. Did you drive
Yeah,
with the dog?
no,
Oh,
no, she was home
okay.
chilling, mad.
But no, Ohio's nice. It's different.
It was
It's nice.
different.
Yeah.
Different's a good word for Ohio.
What were you gonna say?
It's different.
What are you
That's a
trying
good
to say?
word.
Different.
Moving on. So Rachel, tell me. I know there's not too many pet peeves, but there is a line of advice that you like to live by.
Yeah, I do. Which is funny because, I say this to people, but I don't always live by it myself because you're kind of like
Hypocrite.
But I just don't want people to, I guess, decide my life for me or deter me from my dreams based on their opinion. Like, I feel like everybody should live their life the way they want to. If I want to sing, I want to do shows, I want to do music, I'm not bothering you. Let me live my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So, and that goes for all things, if you want to be a teacher, you want to be the president, you want to be whatever. Like, it's really hard to get those negative, comments. Even social media is terrible, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To just block out the negative and focus on you. Like, no one's opinion matters. It's only what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I try to live like that. Sometimes, It doesn't always work that way, but then I come back to and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I want to do this. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, no, it's a great way to be, I think.
Yeah.
You know, there's another phrase in New York. It's called "do you."
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And "do you" is just exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
You know, I can't express more wholeheartedly to you and to all the viewership and Mael over there. The most important person in your life is you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And for me, that's hard because I'm always like trying to be a people pleaser.
Yeah.
But I mean, when it comes down to it, you've only got one life.
Yeah, you only got
And
one.
Time is flying.
Yeah, and she's a young, spry woman. I'm old and decrepit, and I can speak from experience that
Yeah.
there will come a point if you don't do what you want to do
Yeah.
and you suppress it, later in life you will regret it.
Yeah.
You will regret it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just a fact. I'm speaking from experience. You know, but it's true. You know,
Yeah.
so I commend you on thinking that way, and hopefully you'll get through to a couple people out there.
Yeah.
And they'll, you know, pursue their dreams of what they want to do, whatever it is, you know, own a business, comedy, whatever it is, singing, but just do you and do it well.
I'm not going to mention any names, but when I first moved here, when I first started songwriting, maybe like 3 songs in, I played my songs for somebody and they told me that I should stop doing this and move back to Ohio.
Isn't that
And I
nice?
actually thought about it,
Yeah.
but I didn't, and I'm here.
Yeah, no, good for you.
And,
And F them,
yeah.
you know. And
I
F them.
tagged them in my Sony meeting posting on Instagram. No, I'm just kidding.
So here's my favorite question on
Okay.
Voice of the Valley. All
Okay.
right, it's by far my most favorite question because
Oh, great.
I love to hear
I'm
the
scared.
answers. No, but you know, and this is a good question to ask you on the heels of somebody telling you to just pack it up and go home.
Yeah.
So tell me, and I know you have a couple of them.
Mhm.
Tell me about a time so far that you were made to feel like a star, like you were famous, like you were
Okay.
the ish.
Okay, so I 2 really stand out in my head. One of them is I did a show in Newburgh at the Ritz Theater with a couple girls. One of the girls, Christina Dominguez, she wrote the Airplane song. What is it, Haley Williams, and is it Eminem?
Is it Eminem?
I'm not sure. You know what song I'm talking about.
The
You know.
Airplane song.
You know what song I'm talking about. Anyway, her, Caitlin Kapoor, she was on The Voice.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
I
felt like, what am I doing here?
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean? There was
yeah.
only a couple of us on the set.
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Like, these girls are amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and then after the show, everybody was coming up to me and they wanted me to sign autographs
Oh,
and take
wow.
pictures, you know, and it wasn't like just a couple people. Like, I was there like an extra hour and a half, like doing this. And I was like, wow. It felt really good. It was amazing.
Yeah, that'll
And, you know,
do
there
it.
were like little kids too, but there was, you know, a lot of people who were like, oh, and I sang my own songs. Like, I loved your song, you know, that really, you know.
Yeah.
And I felt really great. So that's one that really stands out to me. Another one's really funny. I'm going through the drive-through in Poughkeepsie, and this girl, it was like Wendy's or McDonald's or something like that. And she's like, Rachel? And I'm like, what the hell was this? Yeah. Like, she
Creeper.
read my card? I thought I paid cash. You know, and she's like, I know you. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, you're the girl that sings. I saw your video or whatever. And I was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, and I just thought that was cool because,
Yeah,
like, some
absolutely.
random stranger who's never, like, seen me perform or anything
Yeah.
just, like, knew who I was.
Just saw your material.
Just by my face, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
It was, that's another song.
Yeah, I can see your face lighting
Yeah.
up. That was a good moment for you.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of creepy, but then it was great.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good feeling, and that's why I like to ask the question because it brings back those
Yeah,
feelings, you know.
yeah.
And if you ever needed a reinvigoration of, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go kill this, that's one way to do it, you know. Tell me about when I was great, you know. So speaking about that and how she saw you, tell the people where they can find you.
So all my social media is Rachael, RACHAEL _RMH. I also have my studio, which is Drumline Studios. We're on Instagram, all that stuff. DrumlineStudios.com. If you want to look at my YouTube, I just put up a new video. I have 2 original music videos on there. The Most and Pardon Me, it's under Rachael Hendricks. But yeah, all my social media is Rachael, RACHAEL _RMH.
Gotcha, and that'll be on screen if I'm doing my job and I'm
Yeah.
on point. That was great. So, and then to find your music everywhere too? Spotify, like all those things, Google Play.
Yeah, I'm gonna be releasing another project soon, but currently I have like a pop country EP out. It's called Everything. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Tidal, Google Play, everything.
Support.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. You know, and I think that's what Voice of the Valley is trying to do for you and every other artist that comes on here. You know, just trying to put the spotlight literally on you.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm not blinding you with all this light in here, but that's the idea.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm so glad you had me on. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
No.
We always, us artists love doing things like this.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you.
I wish I was around for myself like 20 years ago. You know, that would have been nice. You
Yeah.
know, hey Gabe, you want to interview and talk about rapping?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Finally TV.
Yeah, I would have jumped on that. Yo, thanks, Gabe. You know, so Rachel, it has been a pleasure having you. I'm sure the viewership out there is going to be looking, downloading, friend requesting, following, and all those good things because it's all on the screen, probably
Yes,
still
check it out.
right now.
Subscribe to Finally TV too, guys.
You heard her.
Yeah.
You heard her. Subscribe.
And then share.
And then share and like and comment and all that good stuff. I always take the
Yeah.
feedback, you know, but Rachel, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
You know, I'm sure we will see each other again. Voice of the Valley Showcase coming soon. So, Finally TV, she's Rachel, I am Gabriel. Finally TV, we out.